Hi there, my name is Felix Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And, I love Judge Dredd. I do love Judge Dredd. I grew up reading Judge Dredd. Actually, I got more into another strip in 2000 AD called Robot Hunter, but you know, then I got very much into Judge Dredd. They announced, I don't know, a gazillion years ago, there's going to be a Judge Dredd TV show, and then we didn't hear anything. So I assumed it was just went by the wayside. Don't know why. I don't know why they couldn't pull this together. It seems like a very popular property, and the Judge Dredd movie did pretty good. I can see, Netflix or somebody wanting to invest in a Judge Dredd TV. So I really don't know what was taking so long about it, but I assume no news meant there was no news, and it probably wasn't ever going to happen. Now a new rumor just came out telling us what the show's going to be about. I'm quite excited. I haven't read this yet, so I'm going to read it with you, and you'll have my sparkling commentary in live, as it happens. Before we get there, though, can I ask you guys, I'm sorry if I belch occasionally. Okay, this is a little aside. Tonight is the Jewish holiday, or sort of holiday, of Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement, where God washes away basically most of your sins you built up through the year. And to do that, you have to spend the day fasting. It's a 25-hour fast. And there's lots of prayer and all that stuff going on. This year it's bonkers because no one is allowed inside synagogues. That makes a little bit true. So we have like these outdoor, called street minyanim, these prayer groups. But it's going to be super hot tomorrow and everyone's fasting, so people are worried that you're going to get sick. So to add to that, for some reason I got this is it a stomach virus? I've had a wind tunnel attached to my arse for some reason for the last 12 hours. So if I belch or anything during this video, I don't want to. But I am hoping it calms down with enough time that I can eat something today before Yom Kippur starts tonight. Otherwise, boy, I might be in a bit, trouble. I might not be in good shape by this time tomorrow. Fine. But before we get into everything, before we get into the story, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? But mostly, can you guys hit that subscribe button? Hit the subscribe button today. Make a Rabbi ridiculously happy. That's what I would suggest. I think that's going to be good for you. I think it's going to be good for me. I think it'll be good for the world. I might be wrong, but you know what? Hitting that subscribe button can't hurt. I might be wrong, but who knows? If you subscribe, of course, you get many benefits of subscribing. Firstly, you can enter my weekly competitions. Because of this news story, I'm so excited. The prize this week for my competition is Judge Dredd Origins. This is a really freaking great graphic novel. This is, pretty much what it says on the tin. This is Judge Dredd going back to his very origins and the beginnings of the judges. So you see Judge Dredd when he's young, his brother, Judge Rico, or Cadet Rico, and you get to see a lot of the lore built up. Fantastic art, fantastic writing. I just love it all. If you don't know anything about Judge Dredd, reasonably good at jumping on spot. And also, even if you don't subscribe, just showing up, go to the video notes. There is a Judge Dredd audio story made by Big Finish in the links. Just down there, click the link, download it now. I'm uploading this one to my Google Drive because I've uploaded the other ones to my my website server, and people had trouble downloading it. So I'm uploading it to my Google Drive. Just click the link and download it. It's called Trapped on Titan. It's by John Clements. Jonathan Clements. It's out of print. It's out of license. You cannot buy this thing anymore. But I would suggest if Big Finish ever gets their license back for it, it's a very good buy. If they ever get their license back, which I doubt they're ever going to do, but if they ever do, go and buy yourself a legal copy today. Don't download it. It'll be pretty cheap, I imagine. Or just go to bigfinish.com right now and buy yourself. They got a ton of good stuff for like $1.99, $2.99. I recommend it highly. For the final thing. Next week is the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, where there's holiday of booze. We talk about it more, throughout my channel. I guess it'll come up in conversation. There's a day there which is Kabbalistic, one of the best day for non-Jews to entreaty the good Lord, to pray, to proffer one's prayers to God. If you want me to do that for you, send me your prayer requests. I will do that for you. I live in Israel. For me, it's a local call, right? And I don't care if you're Jewish, if you're not Jewish, if you believe in God. Doesn't matter. We have, again, got nothing to really lose. Just send it to me. I will say everything. I'll pray for you. For whatever you want. Look, like I said, don't know if it'll work, but why not? Anything I can do for you guys. That's how much I am a subscriber whore. I really am. Whatever you guys want, yeah, I'll do it. No problem. Fine. So let's look at this thing about the Judge Dredd TV show. It's called the Judge Dredd, the Mega City One. Was it Mega City One? Let's read it. We'll find out. This is, of course, in the fantastic website Bounding Into Comics. I love myself a bit of Bounding Into Comics. This story is by John F. Trent, the guys who website it is. So let's read the story. New rumor claims to reveal main character for Judge Dredd Mega City One TV series. I thought it was called the Mega City One Chronicles or something. What was it called? Excuse me. Question, please. Shouldn't the main character be Judge Dredd? Really? I mean, I understand they wanted to focus more on like the wider world of Mega City One, but Judge Dredd should be kind of an integral part. But that's just what I think. I think that here's the other thing. They're going to do a Judge Dredd TV show, make a comic book accurate costume. Yeah, well, I'm talking full eagle and shoulder pad, was it shoulder pad, the whole thing. Who does it? There's a company, I can't remember the name of the company, but you can get like a replica suit. It looks freaking awesome. By the way, if you want to see what it really looks like, go check out, it's on YouTube, the fan film Judge Minty, which does exactly that, and it looks freaking awesome. Also, Greg Staples, who's a great Judge Dredd artist, actually plays Judge Dredd in that. So really, who's ever making this TV show should look at that. So let's see what they have to say about this show. New rumor claims to reveal who the main character will be in the long-gestating Judge Dredd the Mega City One TV series. Again, I can't believe it's taken, 5 years and we still haven't seen it? It's ridiculous. And yes, look at this freaking artwork. I love it. So this is from a page from a very, very good Judge Dredd story called America, which talks about democracy and the lack thereof in Mega City One. The rumor comes from the Emery Kaya, the Vulcan Reporter. Okay, I've never heard of Vulcan Reporter, but I heard Vulcans can't lie. Of course, Vulcans can lie, but they kept that quiet on the original series of Star Trek. To people they wanted to fool. Kaya claims the show will adapt Judge Dredd America. Okay. Now, that is a freaking awesome Judge Dredd story. It's essentially there's a group called Democracy Now! That wants democracy back in America. Democracy has been gone by the wayside since '96, I think, when there was a nuclear war caused by the last president, President Booth, who they really just want to try into the current president somehow, right? They've been trying. I think that's the chronology of it. I can't really. I might be wrong. Anyway, so and there's a character there called America, who fights for democracy, but it's full of this real interesting moral ambiguity, which I think Judge Dredd does so incredibly well. So this is a good idea. Let's read more, and we'll see America Jara as the main character. So now this seems a little bit 2020-ish because their hopes of democracy is entirely crushed by the brutal fascist Judge Dredd police department. So it seems that seems a bit 2020 old to me. It depends how they do it. But it's a really fantastic Judge Dredd story. But this character, America, ends up sort of becoming one of the Judge Dredd's what's the word? Allies. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it ends up kind of becoming one of Judge Dredd's allies. The main character in the pilot is America Jara. He reiterated America Jara being the main character is to be expected as the show adapts the America storyline. Okay. Yeah, that's America Jara. And again, she's a desperate fighter for democracy. But are they going to say that they're living in a totalitarian regime? Are they going to make these timely parallels? Oh God! Honestly, just don't make anything. I'm saying, Hollywood entertainment industry, stop making everything until you get over this insanity that you've been living with since 2016. Yeah, listen, okay, this is basically what's going down, and I know this is a tough intervention to hear, but this is it's that you live in a very tiny bubble. You live on Twitter, is about 3% of the world is on Twitter. Like 3% of the Western world is on Twitter, which is great if you're Twitter. If you get capture 3% of your population, you're doing freaking fantastic. That's unbelievably good. But if you're using that as a barometer of what the public thinks, it's very bad, especially as about a third of Twitter is what I call the Twitterati, the worst people in humanity. They have, imagine every bad character trait, and they have it, right? And they live in a bubble, and so when things don't go the way that they scream should be, they get upset. You know, they turn into that guy from Indiana Jones whose face melts at the end. They're like, ah! That's how they reacted at every. Was it objective metric that says their worldview is wrong? Like everyone, the American election, the British election, the other British election, the Brexit election, Doctor Who ratings, everything they don't like, they're like ah, and their face melts. So so that's basically what's going on, because that 1% of the population it represents, I think, 99% on the entertainment industry. So there you go. That's not really working out so well. There does appear to be merit to this rumor. Previously released concept art for the show indicated that they were looking at adapting Judge Dredd America. Why? What released concept? If that's the concept art, that looks like Mega City 1 and Judges to me. That could be freaking anything. Does it say Democracy Now anywhere? No, I don't see it anywhere, like scrawled in. No, okay. Not only did the concept art indicate they will be adapting the Judge Dredd American story, but also hinted at the Rob Williams low-life storyline. How? Okay, I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, look, John, love you. Can you give me a little bit of citation for this? In July 2018, at the San Diego Comic-Con 2018, and Judge Dredd Owners Rebellion announced the pilot script for the first pilot script. The pilot script and the plot for the first 2 years of the show have been completed by Rob Williams. Okay, so that's in 2018, and that's after spending 2 years on it, maybe, I think more. Rebellion CEO Jason Kingsley stated, "I've read the pilot script." Well, I would hope so. You paid for it, so you could read it, by Rob and the team. Oh God, it's never good when you say "and the team." When everybody says "and the team," like "thank you from the complaints team." It's always a bad sign. And I got the same thrill I did when I first discovered Judge Dredd. Oh, okay, please say more. As we drive this project forward, I'm always surprised at how much effort goes on behind the scenes to bring something like Mega City 1 to screen. Honestly, you can keep saying in gestation for freaking years. Just go and do it. In fact, that's basically, I would say, good advice, Elias. If you've got something that you've been wanting to do for a while and it's just taking a long time, then just go and do it. Doing something makes it happen, as in my humble opinion. I'm not humble at all. Read a pilot script, blah, blah, blah. I'm always surprised how much effort goes in to bring something like Mega City 1 to the screen. Yeah, maybe it's just something stringing along for money. That could be as well. We need some more development time. Give me another few $1 million, please. He added, "I'm very pleased with how the whole project is coming together. I'm looking forward to more exciting announcements in the coming months." Well, this was 2 years ago. You might look forward to it, but not so much. So here, this cover for America does kind of show you like the death of liberty and freedom in America. Does look a little bit 2020, doesn't it? With Dredd standing over the corpse of an American flag draped person. Not sounding good to me. Kingsley has has previously promised to create a multi-thread storylines, one of which will be Dredd, but others will take us into the wider world of Mega City 1. That seems like a good idea, but it seems like Judge Dredd should be kind of a main point, component to the TV show, just like he's a main component to the comic strip. I think the success of Marvel movies and comic book movies in general has shown us the closer you stick to the source material, the more successful your adaptation is, especially with comic books. The closer you stick. But what's going on with the Rogue Trooper movie? That's by Doug Jones, wasn't it? Is it Doug Jones? David Bowie's son did that movie Moon, which I thought was very good, and a bunch of movies that were very good. But I don't know what's going on with that. As for Judge Dredd American storyline, it follows two young people, Bennett Beanie and American Jara, and their drastically different experiences with the Justice Department in Mega City 1. Bennett goes on to become a famous singer and comedian, while America deserves democracy movement and eventually a total war terrorist. Yeah, that's what they call total war against democracy. And honestly, listen, I agree with the kind of the sentiments that liberty and democracy is good, but normally if you go and create total war on a heavily armed foe that completely outnumbers you and controls everything and you try and kill them, and the only real response they have to stop you killing them is your death, then you're probably gonna die. That's probably gonna happen. So I don't know, maybe try and work things out peacefully. That might be an idea. There has been just jumped. There has been much announced movement on the show since 2018, and not much since before then. However, Dredd actor Carl Urban, who played Judge Dredd in the 2012 film, which I rewatched recently, was nowhere near as good as I remember it. I was quite a bit disappointed with it, actually. Yeah, to me, again, it just seemed Mega City 1 wasn't futuristic enough. I kind of like that futuristic Mega City 1. This seemed like 2020. Yeah, Mega City. It seemed like a bit current day plus 10 years maybe, with some CGI holograms to flesh things out. It didn't feel Mega City 1-y to me. But look, Carl Urban was the best thing about that movie. But in general, I'm surprised because I really liked it at the time. I really liked it a lot. Indicated that the show was still in development and they're working on writing a 10-episode first season. Really? It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, I think. Maybe even more. 10 episodes. Just go and do it. If you're worried about if something isn't happening, go and do it. And if you're not, then it's not going to happen. Urban explained to comicbook.com, my understanding of where they're holding in the process is they are in development and they're writing and developing a sort of 10 episodes based storyline, based television series called Mega City 1. Honestly, they're probably better to pay Big Finish to do a 10 episode mini series, like box set. And just produce it and make it and just do that. Yeah, that, and then they would have a product in their hand within 6 months. Yeah, and instead of 5 years, and it will probably be a pretty good product that they could work on. That's probably the cheapest option. It really is. I told them if they write some great material for Dredd and give him a real purpose and a function, I would love to come back to be part of it. So let's see what they do, Urban added. So that's a pretty reasonable position. And again, I think he was a great Judge Dredd. Urban has previously detailed that he would want to be part of the project while appearing in the Star Trek Las Vegas convention in 2017. He says, I'm in discussion with them about that. See how long this has been going on for? About that, I told them if they write material and give Judge Dredd something to do and give him a function, I'll be there. I would love to. Yeah, okay. He's saying, go and do something. Go into. I think he probably wants to be paid as well. That'll be my guess. And his paycheck's probably quite a bit higher than it was when he started the process. In fact, Judge Dredd Mega City 1 producer Brian Jenkins. Brian Jenkins. That name sounds familiar. Where do I know Brian Jenkins from? I don't know. Also indicated interest in having Urban in the show. Well, of course you're going to want to have Cole Urban in the show. Perfect freaking casting, isn't he? He explained, we have had many conversations prior to this about the sorts of things. He's also very busy, a full-time professional actor, so we're going to have to do something long and complicated conversations, I would imagine. And we'll see where it goes. 3 years ago. I mean, really? It's all too early to tell yet. Yeah, honestly, it's only been 5 years. Really? Too early to tell. I mean, we're still working on those 10 scripts. But if we can use him and he's available, I think he will be absolutely brilliant. Well, okay, fine. Duh. You're not saying anything that's surprising anyone. There's always a possibility he will be busy. Well, I don't know. If you take forever, that could happen. but or that his schedule for other movies won't allow. Basically, basically we don't know at this stage. He added what they really should have done, and this would have been great for them if they were doing it now. Instead of they should have done an animated series, like an animated series, and have him do the voice work. A really good Judge Dredd anime, and don't make it like anime. Don't make it like poor animation. Make it high class. Make it expensive animation that reflects the TV show, that reflects the comic book, right? That makes you feel like the comic book. More recently, Urban indicated he's still interested in returning to the role. He told Screen Geek in August 2020. Well, listen, it's very, very early to get involved in any specifics on that. Again, when is it not early? It's been years and years and years. But I got on record on saying before, I would love to come back to the part of that world and tell more Dredd stories. There's a plethora of great stories within Judge Dredd universe. I think Jason Kingsley and his team, I think the legacy of Judge Dredd is great in their hands. Well, okay, great in their hands. If you don't want anything to actually happen. Urban continued, and if I get the opportunity to work with those guys, okay, this is all basic, Hollywood BS. Go to work with guys. You can bet your bottom dollar I'll be there. So again, just make us maybe write the scripts. It's been quite some time now, because I think honestly, he's going to America. He's going to make it very 2020. You're gonna try and make it relevant, right? You're gonna try and make it relevant instead of making it classic, instead of making it good, because I think that will be a real rich and rewarding experience. You know how long they've been dragging their feet on this? When they first started it, I didn't have an inkling I would be worried about the making adaptation of it. I was like, oh yeah, Judge Dredd. Now I'm like, oh, you want to do America? Ew, I don't know. Seems a bit, maybe Apocalypse War, maybe do that instead. What will be a good Judge Dredd? I just do stuff in Mega City 1 for not only for us to collaborate, but for the fans. He continued. So if it happens, that's big if, that'll be fantastic for whatever reason, and there are many. If it doesn't happen, then I wish them the best, and I can't wait to see what they do. Well, if nothing happens, they're basically doing what they're doing now. What do you think of this rumor? Are you interested in adaptation of Judge Dredd America to the small screen? Am I interested in Judge Dredd America to the small screen? I was, 5 years ago. Not so much in 2020. So I don't know. It sounds a bit, current day. It sounds a bit current day, derangement syndrome-esque for me. But who knows? Listen, I like to keep an open mind. Before people say things will be any good. But that doesn't sound good to me. So there you go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. My name is Philip Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.